Ask a trader how they're feeling in the middle of a session, and you'll get one of two answers: fine or a shrug. Both mean the same thing. Nobody's checking. And then 40 minutes later, a decision comes out that doesn't match the plan, and it seems to arrive from nowhere. Here's what's odd about that. The same trader can tell you the spread to the 10th of a pip. Everything on the screen gets a number. The one variable actually pressing the buttons gets an adjective. And adjectives are useless here. You can't compare a bit anxious to a bit anxious. You can compare a 4 to a 7. Last workout, you built your map, the January 5th 10 trigger map, the events that reliably flip you. That map tells you what moves the needle. It doesn't tell you where the needle is sitting right now. Today, we install the needle. Welcome back to the Calm Lucro channel. This is your psychology mindset workout for traders. And today's workout is emotional state calibration, turning your internal state into one number from 0 to 10, anchored well enough that it means the same thing on Monday as it does on Thursday. The drill is called the 3 to 7 gauge because those two numbers decide your session. Start with why we measure instead of trying to feel less. Denise Shull makes that argument in Market Mind Games. Emotion isn't noise to delete from the decision. It's data to be read. And data has to arrive in a form you can use. A feeling can only be described. A number can be compared, tracked, and tied to a rule. There's also a shape to this. Robert Yerkes and Yerkes-Dodson published it in 1908. Performance rises with arousal, up to a point, then falls off the other side. That work was done on mice, and people have stretched it well past what it showed. But you know both ends of it from your own sessions. Too flat, and you're not sharp enough to act. Too charged, and you act before you've read. The work is finding your middle. Let me be clear about what a number does and doesn't do, though. Reading a 7 won't turn it into a 3. Measuring isn't calming. The reset is a workout of its own, and it's coming next. What the number does is make the decision in advance, so you're not negotiating with yourself while you're standing at a 7. So, if this kind of content helps you, take a second to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so the next lessons reach you the moment they go live. And feel free to share in the comments which topics you would like us to explore in future videos. And if you want to support the channel on a deeper level, consider becoming a member to unlock exclusive content and help keep these lessons coming. You'll also find links to our trusted partners in the description below. Using them costs you nothing, and it directly helps the channel keep producing free educational content like this. Step 1 is to take the reading before the reason. When you check, you've got 10 seconds to produce a number, out loud or written down. And the first one that shows up is the one you keep. No explaining, no adjusting. And say it, don't just think it. Matthew Lieberman and his team at UCLA found that putting a feeling into a label reduced activity in the amygdala. They used words, not numbers, but naming beats noticing, and a number is the fastest name you've got. Step 2 is the anchoring. A scale without anchors is a mood ring. So define your 3 physically, not emotionally. At a 3, your breathing is low and even. Your shoulders are down. You can read a full sentence of your own plan without going back to the start of it. You'd be fine doing nothing for the next hour. You notice the market, but you don't need it. That's your trading zone. Now the 7. At a 7, your body is already in the trade. The breath has moved up into the chest and shortened. The jaw or the shoulders are holding something. Your mouse hand moves before your decision does. And a tell that's almost universal, you're arguing with the chart. A 7 rarely feels like panic. It feels like conviction. Halfway between them, at a 5, you're checking price more often than the plan requires. 5 is still tradable. 7 isn't. Step 3 keeps the number honest. Read 3 dials, not 1. Body, breath, shoulders, hands. Speed. How fast the voice in your head is talking. Grip. how badly you need this particular trade to work. Score each one fast, then take the highest. Don't average them. Averaging is how a 7 in grip hides behind a 2 in body, and grip is the one that gets people. Step 4 is when you take the reading. 3 fixed points: at the door, before the first chart, before every entry, and after any trade closes, winner or loser. If you calibrate only when you feel bad, you're not measuring, you're reacting, and you'll end up with a scale made entirely of 7s. Step 5 is the ladder, and you write it before the session, not during it. 3 or under, you trade your plan normally. 4 to 6, you trade the plan at your smallest normal size, and you read your invalidation out loud before you click. 7 or above, no new entries. You run the reset, take it again, and if it's still a 7, the session is finished. How much smaller that is belongs to risk management. Our risk course owns that number. The psychology part is that the ladder decides, not you. One warning: measure, don't grade. A 7 isn't a confession, it's a reading, like a heart rate after stairs. The moment the number starts meaning I'm bad at this, you'll begin shading it downward. And a scale you flatter is worse than no scale at all. Keep the card tiny, 2 anchors and a ladder, beside the screen. And keep this separate from its neighbors. The 426 interrupt is the break. The 90-second pre-flight is the check at the door. The trigger map is the reconnaissance across sessions. Calibration is the gauge. It runs during the session, and it answers the one question none of the others answer. How far along am I right now? It's the reading that tells you whether you need the reset at all. Imagine your first trade runs to target in 11 minutes, exactly as planned. You feel great, and that's the trap, because great is not a 3. Check the dials. The breath is high, the voice is fast, and you're already scanning for the next one. That's a 7 wearing a smile. The tell follows within minutes. The size you type next is bigger than the size you wrote down this morning. The scale doesn't care whether the charge is pleasant. Here's a quieter one. You take a trade, it goes nowhere, and you close it at break even. Nothing happened, but something moved. A low, flat dissatisfaction. The feeling that you spent an hour to end up exactly where you started. Take the reading, and you're a 5, and you were a 3 90 minutes ago. A check-in at the door would never have caught it. Drift is what calibration is for. So what do you actually do today? Write 2 lines on a card, what your 3 feels like in your body and what your 7 feels like, and take 1 reading before every entry tomorrow. Write that card on a quiet evening, not mid-session. Brett Steenbarger argues in The Daily Trading Coach that new behavior installs through deliberate rehearsal in a calm state, then repetition. Your exercise for this week is simple. 5 sessions, and beside every trade you log, write the number you took before you entered it. On Friday, sort your trades by that number instead of by setup, and look at what your results do above a 6. Most traders find their edge doesn't survive their own activation, and that isn't a feeling you can argue with. It's a table. Do that for a few weeks, and something shifts. You stop asking whether you're okay to trade, a question you'll always answer yes to, and you start reading a number that answers it for you. That's the law of this workout. You can't manage a feeling, but you can manage a number. Next workout, we take the high readings and do something about them. The emotional state reset protocol for when you're already at a 7. Stay focused, stay steady, and I'll see you in the next workout. So, trader, if this video brought you more clarity, like it, subscribe, and turn on notifications so the next lessons reach you. And tell me in the comments what you want me to cover next. And if you want to go deeper, you can become a member of the Lucro Trader community right here on YouTube. It unlocks exclusive content, early access, and extra tools for your development, while directly supporting the channel. You'll also find our trusted partners linked in the description. Using those links costs you nothing and helps us keep producing this kind of educational content. And remember, The mission of the Calm Lucro channel is simple. We help traders build clarity, confidence, and structure, so every decision is made with discipline and intention. Here you'll find complete courses built as a true trading masterclass. Liquidity, market structure, higher time frame analysis, and supply and demand. Always focused on reading price and executing with a professional mindset. We also cover trading psychology, risk management, and long-term consistency. Because trading isn't just about charts, it's about mindset, discipline, and execution over time. Our main courses include smart money concepts, ICT, technical analysis, trading psychology, and Wyckoff. Alongside that, we share insights from respected traders whose work helps you understand how markets really behave. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.